Oh, Merry Christmas. No, not really. This is a pretty picture, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, if you can't get beauty tips from somebody who claims to be a beauty expert that are real, that you can actually use, then I'm not worth my salt, am I? So I'm going to give you some real tips, and this is about facial hair. Not just for men, but for women. When you start hitting about, I don't know, 25, 26, you're going to start getting hair on your face if you haven't already. And the first time I started noticing it, my son, this was a terrible day. I kind of had started noticing a little mustache, and I started bleaching it, and bleaching it doesn't get rid of it. It just makes it lighter. So my son said to me, he was hugging me, and he looked back at me, and he goes, "Oh, you have a mustache, just like Daddy." I went, "Ah! How horrible!" So that was, I thought, well, bleaching isn't working, because even my son noticed. Trust me, people notice the hair on your face, especially if you're a woman. You've got to get rid of the hair on your face. No matter how successful you are, how beautiful you are, if you've got a face full of hair, it's distracting, and it's going to take away from the power of your message of who you are as a woman. And as a man, if you got hairs all over your nose and coming out of your ears, then you need somebody to help you out with that, whether it's your wife or your girlfriend or your barber or your hairstylist or yourself if you can't reach it, because it's distracting and it shows that you have like poor grooming skills. So I, like everybody else, I am doing my part to save money. When I go to get my face waxed or threaded, it's about $25 or something. And I thought I could spend that money doing something different. So I just went to my local whatever, CVS, and I got this stuff called Surgicreme. This was, what does it say, $5.79. So I'm saving at least 75% by going this route, times 2 or 3 or 4 times however many uses I get out of this little tube. And you got to be careful not to keep it on too long, because it will burn your face. Last time I used it, I did burn my face, and I was like Fred Flintstone with this red face. But I noticed these like little, those hard gray whiskers that feel like needles, and I absolutely hate them. They are the bane of my existence. But they are what they are. I can't stop those things from happening. But what I can do is to take off the hair that I do have on a regular basis, so that I do maintain that beautiful, youthful glow with fresh, new skin that doesn't have hair all over it. And I tried to, before I put this on, I tried to get a close-up so you could see I'm like a little furry, like a little bear. It's all this white down stuff, but when you get in the sun, when you get in your car at night and you're looking at the mirror, you can totally see all the hairs on your face. And a couple of the makeovers that I have done for women, they never even notice the hairs on their face. They don't even look at them. They're like, wow, I never noticed I have this mustache, or I never noticed I have this beard. Well, if you're not noticing it, trust me, other people are, and it's very distracting. And remember that your neck is also a part of your face, and these long hairs that you have under here that you may not be mindful of, they gross other people out, trust me. I had a student of mine one time had a hair like this long, seriously, and she would play with it in class, and I'd be like, pull that thing, somebody hold her, I'll get some tweezers and we'll take care of that so we don't have to be grossed out. But anyway, be mindful of the hairs on your face and the hairs in your ears. And for men especially, this hair back here, if you're growing like a little bear, you just go get it lasered or do something so that you don't have to keep worrying about it. Because if it's like creeping up out of your shirt and getting up on there, yes, people notice. It just is one more of those other things that will help you to be sharp and to put your best foot forward. And you put this on like kind of a thick layer, and don't really smoosh it around. Don't be rubbing it. Just put it on as a thick layer and let the stuff do what it does. It's still gonna, there's no easy way to take care of this whole thing, especially if you have that sort of fine blonde hair like I have too, because if I were to laser it, laser only works on the really dark hairs. So I think I have a few of those, up in here and stuff, and I do maintain with tweezers. But these are things that you can't do around, you can't put this around your eyes, and they each have their uses, waxing, threading, these is like a depilatory. They also have those lasers and the Epilady, and each one of these has their uses. So this is what I'm using on my face, and I have used it the last couple of times because it's less expensive than waxing, it's less expensive than threading. I think threading I really like, but even with threading you don't seem to get everything like you do with this. So anyway, so this is what the fun is when you're taking the hair off your face. But be mindful of it. If you need to, scrutinize, get a mirror, look up close, and go out in the sunshine and let those hairs shine and see how hairy your face is. And you will be surprised, because you probably don't even pay attention, but other people can't help but pay attention. And that's the whole thing, is it distracts other people from really who you are. And it makes you look more old than you need to. I also remember one of the Olympic champions was swimming, and she was in her great moment, winning her race, and the camera closes up on her, and you know what? She had these 2 or 3 big, huge, long hairs that were shining in the sun that water was dripping off of, and I thought, oh my gosh, that poor girl! She's gonna watch that footage and just die that somebody didn't tell her. Well, I'm telling you, look at the hairs on your face. Look at it in the nighttime in your car with your mirror. Keep a little pair of tweezers in your car if you need to, so that you can get a really good look on some of those crazy hairs. But for a general maintenance, I would say maybe every, I don't know, 4 to 5 weeks or something, when you start noticing that you want to braid it into a little shawl. Anyway, so this is my little special tip for a beautiful, soft, hairless face that will ultimately give you everything else that you want, which is to be more feminine, to be softer looking, to be more professional, to have people understand your message better. All those reasons and many more, I'm sure, which I would love to hear your stories about your facial hair and when you first discovered you need help with that, honey. Thanks for watching. I'm Diane.